All right, good evening, sports fans, and welcome to the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network for tonight's broadcast of Heartland Championship Wrestling. It is a pay-per-view weekend, and we have for you Heartland Havoc 115, Roll the Bones. We are coming to you live from the Boston Garden with action featuring both the superstars of Patriot Championship Wrestling and also Heartland Ladies Wrestling. As we say hello to first in line, Neil Lau. Welcome to you, my friend, and hope you enjoy tonight's broadcast. We've got 8 big matches, and we're going to be here all night. Tomorrow is a day off, and we're going to enjoy that. And so we will have a full slate of action. We've got grudge matches, we've got title matches, we've got world championships on the line. As Cleveland baseball fan Tim 879 comes into the chat room. Captain Carl 8 here to catch us live. So all the cool people are showing up and the auditorium is filling up here in the Boston Garden. Our main event will be for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship as the Nature Boy Ric Flair defends his crown against Kurt Angle, the winner of the Money in the Bank ladder match that put him here tonight with a World Championship match in tow. But we've got plenty of action to go before that. We're going to kick things off with a number 1 contenders match for the Patriot Heavyweight Championship. That title currently held by Bob Backlund, and the winner of this match will take on Backlund for the title. Introducing first, standing at 6'7", weighing 280 pounds, from Hamtramck, Michigan. Don't know if I said that right, but this is the one and only Killer KOWALSKI. Killer KOWALSKI coming out to the ring for tonight's number 1 contenders match. His opponent out of Krakow, Poland, standing at 5'9", weighing 242 pounds. This is the Polish Power, Ivan PUTSKI. So it will be Ivan PUTSKI taking on Killer KOWALSKI. These two have a historic feud. They have been at each other for many, many months. They have been on pay-per-view taking each other on. And now they have both ascended to the top of the ladder in Patriot Championship Wrestling, and they're battling it out here tonight in Boston with a title shot on the line for the winner. And of course, KOWALSKI recently has been affiliated with James J. Dillon Enterprises. James J. Dillon, of course, along with Killer KOWALSKI, Eddie Gilbert, who everybody seems to dislike, and of course the team of Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard, along with KOWALSKI, and recently added to the stable of the James J. Dillon Enterprises is Johnny Valentine. Valentine's arrival much ballyhooed as he was brought in to bring some fresh blood after he had a contract dispute with his former employers down south. And the arrival of Johnny Valentine seems to have created a bit of discord within the James J. Dillon Enterprises. KOWALSKI and Gilbert have not tasted a great deal of success, and it was felt by James J. Dillon that perhaps Johnny Valentine would give James J. Dillon Enterprises a better shot at getting some gold. But KOWALSKI is here tonight in Boston with a chance to earn a title shot against Bob Backlund if he can defeat his longtime rival Ivan PUTSKI here tonight. And with that, we are ready to rock. And the opening initiative role is won by Ivan PUTSKI. And PUTSKI comes out with an arm lock, and KOWALSKI is going to counter that immediately. KOWALSKI with a series of punches to the kidney. PUTSKI and KOWALSKI going toe-to-toe here. PUTSKI with an intimidating pectoral flex, but KOWALSKI refuses to be intimidated by the pec flex. And KOWALSKI is going to come right back. Oh, drop kick by KOWALSKI. That's a big move for a big man. And he puts PUTSKI down. KOWALSKI going for the cover right off the chute. And PUTSKI kicks out, but he suffers the first point of fatigue of the match. Captain Carl 8 weighing in with some wisdom. Bob Backlund was underrated, according to Greg Valentine and Don Morocco. Not underrated, according to this commentator, as Backlund, one of the all-time greats, in my opinion. But these two are battling it out for a chance to take on Backlund. And here comes Kowalski with a big knee lift. The big knee lift is a choice H maneuver. So he will require an agility roll of 10 or lower to get that. And on a roll of 8, he connects with the big knee lift. And PUTSKI goes down. Kowalski now in control. And Kowalski going for that big knee lift once again. Once again, he hits it. And Kowalski slow to get to his feet. Or excuse me, PUTSKI slow to get to his feet as Kowalski comes in and just hammers him with the forearms. Killer Kowalski beating down Ivan PUTSKI in the corner. And now a big backbreaker executed by Kowalski, and PUTSKI goes down. PUTSKI is down. Kowalski in control. The giant swing coming up here. Around and around goes PUTSKI and down to the canvas hard. Kowalski in on a big rally here. Continues to hammer on PUTSKI. And finally, PUTSKI has lost his temper. PUTSKI getting to his feet. And he is going to fire back with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Killer Kowalski. And on a roll of 8, it is a running back elbow delivered by PUTSKI that stuns Kowalski. PUTSKI follows that up. Another whip to the ropes. Off the ropes again comes Kowalski. Another back elbow delivered by PUTSKI. And PUTSKI remains in control. Backhand to the face delivered by PUTSKI. That was nasty. Kowalski backed off by that. Nearly a foot in the difference between height between these men. But that doesn't stop them from going at it, as PUTSKI now has Kowalski trapped in the cranking side headlock. And with that, Kowalski is going to duck in between the ropes and out of the ring to break out of that hold, and out to the arena floor we go. And it is PUTSKI who's just going to wait it out. Spending time in the ring, doing some more of those intimidating pec flexes as he awaits the return of Killer Kowalski by way of the helpless crawl. PUTSKI ready and waiting. Here's an elbow to the head delivered by Kowalski. By PUTSKI. Boy, PUTSKI and Kowalski, these European names. I'm sort of stumbling on those. I'll have to slow down by a pace. As PUTSKI is going to attempt an elbow to the head, which is also a choice H maneuver. He'll require a roll of 8 or lower to achieve that, and on a roll of 7, it is the elbow to the side of the head that stuns Kowalski, and Kowalski's going right back out of the ring. Down to the arena floor we go once again, and this time Kowalski grabs the leg of Ivan PUTSKI, drags PUTSKI out of the ring, and nails PUTSKI with a big forearm smash to the side of the head, brawling on the arena floor. Killer Kowalski takes control and back into the ring. And no, Kowalski is going to keep things out here on the arena floor. We will not see any shenanigans yet, but Kowalski on the arena floor again with a big brawling tactics, a knee to the lower abdomen of PUTSKI. That may have been south of the border, but we'll not see a disqualification here. As action returns to the ring, and now it's going to be another big knee lift delivered by Killer Kowalski. Oh, but PUTSKI absorbs the blow, and PUTSKI fires back with a roundhouse punch that stuns Kowalski. Down goes Killer Kowalski. Ivan PUTSKI now in control. And PUTSKI is going to go for the atomic drop. And again, Kowalski goes down and stays down. PUTSKI now in control. PUTSKI. Kowalski trying to escape out of the ring. PUTSKI not going to let that happen, as the Polish power nails him with karate chops to the chest. Kowalski backed into the turnbuckle. And now PUTSKI is going to shove him back into the turnbuckle, and he is going to attempt a leg drop. Agility move. He'll require a roll of 7 or lower, and on a roll of 6, he hits the leg drop. And Kowalski gets back to his feet. Both men now coming together in the center of the ring, and it is Kowalski who again nails Ivan PUTSKI with another big drop kick. That's twice now that Kowalski has surprised his opponent with a dropkick going to the air. And now more of those forearm hammers being delivered to PUTSKI. PUTSKI fires back, and PUTSKI goes in for the power lockup, forcing KOWALSKI back into the ropes. PUTSKI now with another big roundhouse punch. KOWALSKI goes down. PUTSKI goes for the pin. The pin roll is snake eyes. And on a roll of 7, it is KOWALSKI who kicks out. D. Scott Howard joining us here in the chat room. Welcome to you, my friend. Ivan PUTSKI now following up after the pin attempt with another attempt at an elbow to the head. And he nails the elbow to the head. And KOWALSKI is stunned. PUTSKI now with another backhand blow to the face. KOWALSKI firing back. KOWALSKI with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Ivan PUTSKI, and on a roll of 7, it is PUTSKI who grabs the arm of KOWALSKI, reversing that whip. And as KOWALSKI goes into the corner, Ivan PUTSKI runs at him, misses everything. KOWALSKI gets out of the way. PUTSKI hits the turnbuckle post and bounces out down to the arena floor. Out of the ring we go once again. And this time it is PUTSKI mixing it up with KOWALSKI on the arena floor. Back and forth we go. Big brawl on the arena floor. This is the double DQ roll. PUTSKI may be disqualified here on another 4 or lower. He will not be. The roll for KOWALSKI is a 5 or lower, and he got that. But the second time is not disqualified. Now we go to odd even. Let's see, it was PUTSKI who went out of the ring, so the even roll will go to PUTSKI. And on a roll of 4, it is PUTSKI who wins the brawl on the arena floor. Back into the ring. Another big elbow to the head delivered by PUTSKI. And PUTSKI now is going to go for the big atomic drop, and KOWALSKI is out of the ring. KOWALSKI out of the ring once again, and this time it is KOWALSKI winning the brawl on the arena floor. It is getting heated between these two men, and as they come back into the ring, it is Killer KOWALSKI with a giant swing around and around and around. And down to the canvas goes PUTSKI, and this time PUTSKI slides out of the ring and down to the arena floor. And as Killer KOWALSKI comes out, PUTSKI nails him with a big forearm hammer on the arena floor, and now the head into the announcer's table. Already this is getting intense. Will PUTSKI be disqualified? No. And as the action returns to the ring, it is PUTSKI with another big elbow to the head. KOWALSKI is stunned. PUTSKI, what's he going to do now? He's going to go for the Polish pile driver. This is his finisher. It's a +1. The pin roll here is 4 or lower, and on a roll of 8, KOWALSKI is able to kick out. PUTSKI continues on the attack. The Polish hammer. That big double forearm smash coming off the ropes. Another pin attempt. The pin roll here is 5 or lower. KOWALSKI again able to kick out. And now we've got some commotion at ringside as here comes Johnny Valentine. He is been sent here by James J. Dillon to help KOWALSKI in this situation. And with 3 fatigue tokens, it's time for the interference to happen. And on a roll of 8, your ally distracts the referee, breaking the pin count. And the referee orders Johnny Valentine away from ringside. But in the distraction, we are now going to have to go to an initiative roll, as there was enough of distraction there to bring both men back to their feet. And it is PUTSKI who again wins the roll, goes for a charging axe handle, but he misses that as KOWALSKI ducks out of the way. And it is KOWALSKI who fires back, forcing PUTSKI into the corner, stomping on him. And PUTSKI grabs KOWALSKI by the arm and a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Killer KOWALSKI. PUTSKI hits him with a back elbow. PUTSKI back in control. PUTSKI now going to a shove into the turnbuckle. This is a choice F maneuver. He'll require 7 or lower to connect on that. And on a roll of 9, KOWALSKI will not be shoved into the corner. And it is KOWALSKI who hits yet another dropkick on PUTSKI to turn the momentum. PUTSKI now in the corner as KOWALSKI continues to deliver forearm hammers. PUTSKI firing back and shoves him back out to the center of the ring. But it is KOWALSKI who comes back and nails Ivan PUTSKI with a backbreaker down hard across the knee. KOWALSKI got him up and down, and now it is KOWALSKI again going to the giant swing. And followed up by a backbreaker. PUTSKI leaving the ring once again. And now we will see some shenanigans. Time for the ringside shenanigans chart to take effect. This may end up in a double countout. On a roll of 6, it will not end up on a double countout. And instead, we are going to go to the foreign object chart. Foreign object now in play. It's a gut check for each wrestler. And the gut check roll is won by Ivan PUTSKI. So he gets control of the foreign object. And he nails Killer KOWALSKI with the foreign object. We may see a disqualification here. We will not. KOWALSKI picks up another point of fatigue. Action back into the center of the ring. Here's the Polish pile driver again. The pin roll now is 7 or lower. And on a roll of 4, he got him. So Ivan PUTSKI is your winner here with the Polish pile driver after the failed assistance of Johnny Valentine and the failed attempt at a foreign object shot. Ivan PUTSKI overcomes all odds here in Boston, and he is now the #1 contender to the Patriot Heavyweight Championship. He'll get his shot at Bob Backlund. Congratulations indeed to your winner of tonight's opening contest, Ivan PUTSKI. All right, a quick drink of diet root beer to refresh the vocal cords. As we catch up on the chat room, Dave, guess who debuted in low style? I do not know the answer to that. I will guess Johnny Valentine. Who knows? Let us know, though. Always interested to hear what other folks are doing in other feds around the online gaming community. So please do share your thoughts when you have the opportunity. All right. Our next contest, ladies and gentlemen, is a Falls Count Anywhere Showdown. And this feud has been brewing for a long time, dating back to the days when the team, this goes all the way back. Let me introduce the participants first, and then we'll give the backstory. The participants in this match, former tag team partners in Heartland Ladies Wrestling. Introducing first 5'4", 123 pounds out of Spook City, Sacramento, California. This is Christina Von Eerie. And her opponent comes to us from the Inferno. 5'7", 137 pounds. This is MSCHIF. And as I mentioned, these two former tag team partners until Christina Von Eerie managed to get fired from Heartland Ladies Wrestling when Alex Rodriguez came on as owner and was throwing his weight around. And Christina tried and failed to impress the boss, and she got fired. And after she got fired, MSCHIF moved on into a singles career, and Christina Von Eerie was taken in by the tag team of Kevin Sullivan and Cactus Jack. And you can see where the tattoos and the mohawk and the colors and the somewhat twisted persona would fit right in with the likes of Cactus Jack and Kevin Sullivan. And so Christina Von Eerie came into that group, and they got into it with, of course, the New Age Outlaws, managed by the Fallen Angel. And the Fallen Angel brought in MSCHIF to counteract the presence of Christina Von Eerie for Sullivan and Cactus Jack. And these two have been on a collision course ever since. And it comes to a head here tonight in Boston in this Falls Count Anywhere Showdown. Kevin Steen is the correct answer as to who debuted in low style. We will look forward to hearing from Neil about how the career of Kevin Steen progresses in that fine wrestling territory. All right, here is the rule set for the Falls Count Anywhere match, brought to you by the Filsinger Games Ringside Companion Volume 1. This fine volume available at filsingergames.com. When a wrestler is thrown out of the ring or leaves the ring, we roll on the Falls Count Anywhere chart. The action might wind up going back and forth in and out of the ring. The tag matches, tag matches don't matter. So anytime the match goes out of the ring, we'll roll on the Falls Count Anywhere chart. As MSCHIF and Christina Von Eerie, both masters of the psychological game of wrestling, squaring off here in Boston. MSCHIF starts off with a big scream, and it does not faze Christina Von Eerie one bit, as Christina gains the opening initiative and hits MSCHIF with a back elbow smash to stun MSCHIF. Von Eerie with a forearm smash across the back of MSCHIF. Von Eerie on the attack. And she is going to just slap MSCHIF across the face. Contempt being shown here between these rivals. And MSCHIF again absorbs another slap to the face. Christina Von Eerie on the attack here. Side headlock by Christina. And now MSCHIF fires back against that. And she's going to try and take Christina Von Eerie down to the canvas and hit her with the double foot stomp. That is a choice E maneuver. She'll require a roll of 9 or lower to hit that. And on a roll of 5, she nailed her with the double foot stomps. And right away, she's going to go for the cover right in the center of the ring. And on a roll of 6, Christina Von Eerie kicks out, but MSCHIF continues on the attack. And MSCHIF now goes to the code green. The code green, and Christina Von Eerie didn't catch all of it. She is stunned a little bit here. And now MSCHIF with a series of clubbing forearms, taking Christina back down to the canvas. And now gateway to annihilation. That's a big move by MSCHIF. Christina slow to get to her feet. MSCHIF with all kinds of moves. Here's more clubbing forearms. Back down to the mat goes Christina Von Eerie. And now the Desecrator. That's a +2 finisher. That twisting, spinning neck breaker down to the canvas. The pin roll here is 6 or lower. And on a roll of 8, Christina is able to kick out. Code green again. Christina Von Eerie is hurt. Into the turnbuckle goes Christina Von Eerie. Christina Von Eerie comes off the turnbuckle, and on a roll of 4, it is Christina Von Eerie coming off the turnbuckle with a skull-splitting running lariat, and MSCHIF goes down hard. Christina now takes control. Christina with a whip across the ring. Christina catches her in a side headlock. MSCHIF fires right back. MSCHIF with a headbutt. That looked like it had to hurt both ladies. Both ladies are stunned. MSCHIF on the attack, another headbutt. Both ladies staggering around in the center of the ring, as MSCHIF is willing to use whatever body part necessary to do damage on her rival. Here is the Gates of Hell, another big face slam on Christina Von Eerie, but Christina keeps getting up and coming back for more punishment. Clubbing forearms by MSCHIF, taking Christina back down to the canvas. And Christina now with another Desecrator. The pin roll here is 7 or lower. And on a roll of 6, MSCHIF has the chance to get the pin, but she's going to take her out of the ring and go for the beatdown instead. Fallen Angel has instructed MSCHIF that she is not to worry so much about winning the match as doing damage on the arena floor. And on a roll of 7, it is MSCHIF who slams Christina Von Eerie onto the announcer's table at ringside. MSCHIF continuing on the attack there at ringside. And now it is MSCHIF with a whip into the steel ring railing. And Christina hits the ring railing hard. They're going up the ramp. And now it is a whip into the wall up at the top of the arena. Christina Von Eerie has just been whipped by MSCHIF into the wall. She goes down. MSCHIF goes for the cover. The pin roll now is 6. And on a roll of 5, she got her. So MSCHIF ends up dominating that match, getting the pinfall outside on the concourse after whipping CHRISTINA into the wall and scoring the pinfall. And Christina Von Eerie is down, and she appears to be injured. And that's a bad outcome for her, because without Christina Von Eerie, Cactus Jack and Kevin Sullivan are going to have to go it alone tonight in their NWA Tag Team Championship match. So MSCHIF is your winner. Christina Von Eerie goes down to defeat, and she'll have to be checked out by the Heartland training staff, and later in the week we'll have an update on her status after we see what happens to her on the injury table. All right, so MSCHIF making quick work of Christina Von Eerie. MSCHIF, an interesting story, as you may know. She's now retired from wrestling after becoming a mother, but outside the ring, MSCHIF actually holds a PhD in microbiology and works as a laboratory technician. Very, very smart young woman who just decided she wanted to take up wrestling as a side gig, and it served her well for a few years, and she has settled back down into a more normal life, raising a family and resuming her career as a trained microbiologist. All right, so catching up again on the chat, Kevin Steen lost his debut match with me as his manager. I love it. Actually, that's with me as his manager, Kevin Steen would never lose a match, so I reject that premise. Now we've got Captain Carl. My dad used to set up the wrestling ring in a small sports arena in North Attleboro, Massachusetts, and got to know the local promoter. When I was younger, my dad used to take me and my 2 brothers to watch the wrestlers every Friday night when they were in town. We sat 2 rows from the ring, and one night, the promoter brought my youngest brother into the locker room to meet Stan Stasiak and Peter Maivia, the Rock's grandfather. That is great past, great memories there of Captain Carl 8. Thank you for sharing that. All right, that takes care of our first grudge match of the night. MSCHIF is your winner, and Christina Von Eerie out of action for the rest of the evening. Now, fans, our next match is one that was demanded right here in the YouTube Wrestling broadcast on the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network. The following contest is scheduled for one fall with no disqualification. This is a special challenge match. Introducing first from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. He stands at 6'1" and weighs 319 pounds. This is Angelo King Kong MOSCA. Angelo MOSCA has come into Patriot Wrestling, was brought in by his ally, the Spoiler, and MOSCA has been running roughshod over clearly inferior competition. And on the last televised broadcast of Patriot Championship Wrestling, the fans here on the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network demanded it. And he has responded. His opponent tonight, making his Heartland Championship Wrestling debut out of Silsbee, Texas. He stands at 6'4" and weighs in at 384 pounds. This is the world's strongest man, Mark Henry. So Mark Henry coming out to take on Angelo MOSCA, and the fans on the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network are loving it as they square off in the center of the ring. I actually got to meet Mark Henry last summer, I believe it was last summer, at the Hall of Fame induction at the Tragos Thesz Hall of Fame in Waterloo, Iowa. I'll be headed down there again this July. But Mark Henry, great guy, couldn't be more personable, just engaging. Talk to the fans, talk to everybody who came his way. And the cool thing about Mark Henry is that at this meet and greet in Waterloo, Mark Henry was one of the special guests. Also in attendance were legends of the ring like Sergeant Slaughter, Jerry Briscoe, Baron Von Raschke, James J. Dillon, a lot of great wrestling dignitaries, Thunderbolt Patterson, in attendance, Ken Shamrock. And Mark Henry was just as thrilled as anybody by all of the wrestling dignitaries. And as soon as Henry finished his autograph signing, he was running around meeting all these wrestling greats, went over to Sergeant Slaughter, went over to Thunderbolt Patterson, Jerry Briscoe, James J. Dillon, and he was as thrilled to meet these guys as any of us were. He was just so down to earth and so, so personable and so respectful towards the legends of the sport that were gathered in Waterloo last summer that it was a joy for me to watch. No, that actually was 2021. I stand corrected. As I was not able to attend last year, but this year I will be once again in attendance at the Tragos Thez Hall of Fame induction banquet the weekend of July 21st. So if you're within driving distance or have the opportunity to get to Waterloo, Iowa in mid-July, come on out and enjoy the show. Somewhere Ken Patera is saying, hey, wait a minute. Very true, D. Scott Howard. We know you're a Ken Patera fan, so give credit where credit is due indeed. All right, here we go. Mark Henry and Angelo Mosca squaring off here in Boston in a no disqualification grudge match, and the opening initiative role is won by Mark Henry. And Henry is going to start off with a double forearm hammer, nailing King Kong Mosca, but Mosca fires right back, grabbing Henry by the arm, whipped to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Mark Henry, and on a roll of 5, it is Mosca dropping down or stepping out of the way. Henry comes off the ropes the other way, and on a roll of 6, it's a running back elbow by Mosca that stuns Mark Henry. Mosca follows that up with a rake of the face. Henry staggering backwards. Mosca just tackles him into the corner, shoves him into the corner, and Henry is out of the ring and down to the arena floor. Out we go to the arena floor, but on a roll of 7, it is Mosca who comes out and slams the head of Mark Henry onto the ring apron. Mosca in control now. He goes to the sleeper hold. Mosca's got the sleeper hold on Mark Henry. The submission roll is 3 or lower, but on a roll of 9, Henry powers his way out of the sleeper hold, and the match continues. Mosca now pitching him out of the ring once again. Out to the arena floor we go. And again, it is Mosca winning the brawl on the arena floor, slamming the head of Mark Henry into the ring post, the steel ring post at ringside. Mosca now with a big elbow smash to the face. And that's going to cost Mark Henry another point of fatigue. Boy, Henry is taking a beating here in his Heartland debut. As now another tackle into the corner, and out and down to the arena floor goes Mark Henry yet again. We will not see any shenanigans quite yet. And on a roll of 11, oh, that's bad news for Mark Henry. As Angelo Mosca crushes Mark Henry with a spectacular move outside of the ring. Mosca hoisting Henry up and down across the steel ring steps with a backbreaker, and Henry is hurting for certain. We may see a unable to continue here, but Henry is going to be counted down. On a roll of 4, that's it. As Mark Henry suffers a beatdown at the hands of Angelo Mosca, and after a slam onto the ring steps on the arena floor, Mark Henry is down and he is unable to continue. Oh my goodness, a disappointing debut for Mark Henry. Angelo Mosca is back in the center of the ring, just wiping his hands like Henry is another tomato can brought in here as enhancement talent, and that's the way he treated Henry in that match. So a huge win for Angelo MOSCA and a big impression left here in Boston as the fans in stunned silence with the decimation of Mark Henry at the hands of this Canadian monster, King Kong MOSCA. Your winner in tonight's grudge match. All right, one more grudge match on tap for tonight. This is another big one with a lot of emotional and psychological implications behind this one. As we see another grudge match coming out of Heartland Ladies Wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall to a finish with no disqualification. Introducing first from an undisclosed location, standing at 6 feet, weighing in at 200 pounds, this is the Bionic Beast Genocide. And this lady is a powerhouse. She is a bodybuilder. She is a powerlifter and a wrestler. And she is an intimidating presence indeed. She was brought into Heartland Ladies Wrestling by perhaps the most hated lady in all of the Heartland, EERIE. And she was brought in for the express purpose of intimidating and bullying her opponent tonight from the Big Apple, 5'6", 126 pounds. This is Velvet Sky. So Velvet Sky has been intimidated and bullied and pushed around by Genocide, and finally these two are going to get into the ring, and I give Velvet credit. She has stood her ground. She is not going to be intimidated by the likes of this Genocide character, and she is going to be she's going to have her hands full as these two ladies come face to face in the center of the ring. Genocide with a good 6 inches and probably 75 pounds. Where did I get Genocide? She is part of the Indies Prime 2022 card set. So she is a genuine Filsinger card from the Indies Prime line in 2022. Velvet Sky, of course, you got to go way back to the 2009 is when this card was put together. This was part of the ladies 4-pack PDF, black and white. Again, an official Filsinger game release, but not part of one of the major card sets. As Velvet Sky has just the one card. She could use a color update, but she was much more known as a ringside personality than a true wrestler per se, compared to some of her peers from that era. But Velvet Sky, a very popular ringside personality at Heartland Ladies Wrestling. Vocal in her criticisms of EERIE and some of her tactics, and as a result got on the wrong side of EERIE, and the feud between EERIE and Velvet Sky has descended into physicality, and now EERIE has brought in the Bionic Beast Genocide to do her dirty work here in Boston tonight. But it is Velvet Sky who wins the opening initiative role. And Velvet Sky with a snapmare, taking Genocide down and a big kick to the back. That is nasty, but Genocide just gets right back up like nothing ever happened. Wow. Velvet Sky is going to attack again. And this time she's going to try to take down Genocide. That's a bad idea, as Genocide, by far the more powerful of the two, is able to overcome that. And it's Genocide with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Velvet Sky, and on a roll of 9, that is the power roll. And of course, the power in this situation goes to Genocide. So Velvet runs head to head with Genocide in the center of the ring, and Genocide prevails. What's she going to do now? Another whip to the ropes. Velvet's going to try it again, coming off the ropes. And this time on a roll of 10, it is both ladies hitting the double clothesline. And on this occasion, the wrestler with the better ropes rating recovers first, and that would be Velvet Sky. So Velvet on the second try gets Genocide down. Velvet now in control, and Velvet going for a triangle choke. Brilliant move by Velvet Sky. Will she tap out Genocide on a 3 or lower? She'll see a tap out. That's not going to happen. But Velvet Sky surprising the fans here in Boston. Getting Genocide down, locking in the triangle choke. What's she going to do now? Out of the ring we go. Out to the arena floor. Both these ladies prepared to mix it up. And on a roll of 6, they go toe-to-toe. And it is Velvet Sky with a drop toe hold as Genocide charges in. Velvet Sky takes her down with a drop toe hold, and Genocide hits the floor hard. Boy, the fans here are all in for Velvet Sky as she battles the Bionic Beast. And Velvet now is going to go for the her finisher is a tag finisher. So we can't do that on a 6. We will roll again once on level 3 offense. And yes, she hits the beauty mark. She hits the beauty mark. It's a 0 finisher. On a roll of 4, it'll be a pin. And on a roll of 6, Genocide kicks out. But the crowd here is shocked as Velvet Sky has given it everything she's got. Now we go out of the ring once again. And this time on a roll of 11, it is a spinning face buster delivered by Velvet Sky on the arena floor. We may see Genocide unable to continue here, and on a roll of 5, that's it. How about that? A spinning face buster on the arena floor. Velvet Sky has pulled the upset, taking down Genocide. And Genocide is pretty much out cold on the arena floor after that spinning face buster on the concrete. So congratulations to Velvet Sky. She not only survives, but she defeats Genocide in a spectacular match. Boy, Velvet Sky just took the fight to Genocide right away and didn't take a back step for one instance. And she took down the Giants. And once again, David prevails over Goliath. Velvet Sky with a spinning face buster onto the arena floor has just put Genocide into a near coma. How about that? Velvet Sky already one of the most popular ladies in the Heartland, and now her legend continues to grow. So congratulations to Velvet Sky, your winner in tonight's grudge match. And that was something else. Who'd have thought it? All right. That is the grudge match portion of our show. We've got 4 more matches. We're halfway through, and we've been on for just 45 minutes. Actually, a little ahead of schedule here. But we now have 4 matches remaining, and they are all championship matches. The following contest is scheduled for 1 fall. It is no disqualification, and it is for the Patriot Tag Team Championship. Introducing first the challengers, collectively known as the Fantastics. First off, 5'10", 220 pounds from the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. This is Bobby Fulton. And his tag team partner, also from the City of Angels. He stands at 5'9", weighs in at 222 pounds. This is Tommy Rogers, the Rocket. All right, Tommy Rogers, Bobby Fulton, the challengers here in tonight's Patriot Championship Tag Team match. Their opponents are your reigning and defending Patriot Tag Team Champions. From parts unknown at a total combined weight of 585 pounds. This is Axe and Smash, Demolition. So Demolition, Axe and Smash coming down for a title defense. These two were disqualified from the match the first time they faced the Fantastics, and that sets up tonight's no disqualification rematch. As we've already seen one David versus Goliath upset, we'll see if the Fantastics can pull off another upset here in Boston and perhaps take home the Patriot Tag Team Championship. All right, the stage is set. The wrestlers are in the center of the ring. Glares are being exchanged. The championship dice are in effect. And it will be Demolition Smash to start things off against Bobby Fulton. And these were the two that got into it that led to the disqualification the first time. And a subsequent grudge match between these two. And now they will start things off here in tonight's championship match. And the opening initiative roll is tied. And that means we go to the Face to the Mat booklet for some random mayhem type of event here. As we, the roll is 11. And that is going to take us to Highlight Reel A. So what is going to happen on Highlight Reel A? On a roll of 5-3. And now the wrestler currently winning the match gets complacent, ignore all qualities. The rest of the match may only score on TV moves. Well, I don't know about that, how that translates over to this game. But we'll say that Demolition Smash, who was the favorite in this match, is going to be a step slow to start things off. We'll knock a point off of his agility rating after he kind of got distracted, and Bobby Fulton takes the advantage here as Smash gets distracted. And it is Fulton who comes in with a monkey flip up, over, and down to the canvas hard goes Demolition Smash. And Smash not inclined to make the tag quite yet, as Bobby Fulton comes back now with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Demolition Smash, and on a roll of 9, that is the power roll. And the power obviously goes to Demolition Smash in this situation. Fulton knocked down to the canvas. And Smash will follow that up with a hot shot off of the top rope. That is nasty. Neck first across the top rope. Referee admonishing Smash, but it doesn't matter because this is a no disqualification match. He can do whatever he wants. And now it is a head smash into the turnbuckle delivered by Demolition Smash. And Fulton comes up woozy and reaches over and makes the tag to his partner Tommy Rogers. Here comes Tommy Rogers into the match. Rogers tries a Beal throw across the ring. Demolition Smash blocks that, and it is Smash who tries the elbow drop. He missed everything on that. And it is Rogers in control, and Rogers with a monkey flip. Up, over, and down to the canvas hard goes Demolition Smash. Now, this is a special Fantastics mechanic here. During a tag team match, Rogers and Fulton can hit this move on both opponents. When this occurs, the opponents cannot make a defensive tag for 3 moves. So a nice double monkey flip executed by the members of the Fantastics. And that puts Tommy Rogers in control, and Demolition Axe is going to be out of sorts here for a minute. And that'll give Rogers the chance for the wishbone stomp. That is a nasty looking move. Blow to the lower abdomen. Smash doesn't like that. Smash gets to his feet and grabs Tommy Rogers and slams him headfirst into the turnbuckle. Rogers stunned by that. Smash is going to now attempt an atomic drop. This is a choice F maneuver, meaning that he will require a roll of 8 or lower to complete this. And on a roll of 7, he got him down hard. And Tommy Rogers is down. Smash now follows that up. He is looking to go up for a death jump. Smash does have some hops for a big guy, but he thought better of that given the agility of Tommy Rogers. And now instead it is going to be a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Tommy Rogers, and on a roll of 9, it is a big kick by Demolition Smash that stuns Tommy Rogers. And now Smash tags in partner Axe. and it will be Axe coming in control against Tommy Rogers. Axe starts things off with a double thrust to the throat. Tommy Rogers goes down. Axe goes for the quick cover. The pin roll is 3-0 on Snake Eyes. We may see a pinfall here. But on a roll of 5, Bobby Fulton just able to make the save. As Tommy Rogers got a double thrust to the throat there. He is down. Fulton barely able to make the save on that. But now it is Smash with a big clothesline that stuns Tommy Rogers. Rogers is hurting here. Now a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Tommy Rogers, and on a roll of 4, it is Rogers coming off and nailing Axe with a skull-splitting, crushing lariat coming off the turnbuckle, and it is Axe now who is stunned. Rogers takes control. Wishbone stomp. Axe slow to get to his feet. Rogers will take this opportunity to tag in Fulton. In comes Bobby Fulton. Fulton with the monkey flip takes him over and down, but could not get him over. As Axe scores the reversal on that and just starts choking Bobby Fulton down with his boot. Boot choke by Demolition Axe. Fulton not able to make a tag. Axe now with a pulls Fulton up to his feet and tries for a boot to the face. Bobby Fulton dodged that, and it is Fulton who comes back with an attempt at a flying head scissors. This is a choice F maneuver. He'll require a roll of 8 or lower to complete that, and on a roll of 9, Axe powers his way out of the attempt at the flying head scissors, and it is Axe again choking down Bobby Fulton with his boot. Fulton trying a fancy-dancy move. Axe just shoved him into the neutral corner, started choking him down with the boot, and Fulton unable to escape that to attempt a tag. So the Axe keeps the pressure on. Axe now with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Bobby Fulton, and on a roll of 5, it is Fulton lifting a knee to the head of Axe as Axe charged into the turnbuckle. Fulton now in control. Fulton now with a right-hand punch that just stuns Axe, and Axe is going to take a powder and leave the ring. This is where Demolition likes to play, and on a roll of 7, Ring A, that is the best man wins roll, and indeed Axe is the higher rated performer on the arena floor. So he is able to pick up Bobby Fulton and just body slam him down to the concrete. Fulton is stunned, Axe in control. Action returns to the ring. Axe has him up. Here comes the Demolition decapitation. This is a +3 finisher. The pin roll now here is a 6, and on a roll of 9, Fulton is able to get his leg over the bottom rope and prevent the pinfall. Smash now the legal man in the ring after that big Demolition decapitation. And Smash in control against Bobby Fulton. And now they're going to try it again. Another Demolition decapitation. This time the pin roll is 7 or lower. And again, Fulton is able to kick out. Just got that left shoulder up at the very last instant. So Fulton in big trouble here. Axe now the legal man in the ring. We're going to see some double team action. And on a roll of 9, it is a double throat drop across the top rope on Bobby Fulton as Axe and Smash rough up Fulton in the corner. Axe now with a twisting chin lock. Just trying to slow down Fulton. Fulton eventually is able to get to his feet. And he nails Smash. He nails Axe, with a back elbow. Makes the quick tag to Tommy Rogers in a double back elbow. Puts Axe down onto the canvas. Tommy Rogers now your legal man in the ring. And he is going to go for that wishbone stomp to the lower abdomen. And again, Axe powers his way out of that. And it is Axe now with a whip to the turnbuckle. Mark Ferguson joins us here in the chat room. As Axe now with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Tommy Rogers. And on a roll of 7, it is a big kick by Axe that stuns Tommy Rogers. Double thrust to the throat again. Rogers is staggering around, gasping for breath. Another whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Tommy Rogers, and on a roll of 12, it is Axe with an incredible neck-breaking clothesline as Rogers bounced off the top turnbuckle and Axe just obliterated him. Tommy Rogers is down. Axe now going for another big clothesline. Rogers barely able to get to his feet. His running lights have been dimmed. Here's another whip to the turnbuckle. And another big kick by Axe that stuns Tommy Rogers. Smash comes into the ring. We're going to see a double team here. And it is an awesome double neck breaker delivered by Axe and Smash that put Tommy Rogers back down onto the canvas. Boy, the Fantastics, the fans love them. They're an exciting team. They may be in over their heads here against the likes of Demolition. And now it's going to be the Demolition decapitation once again. The pin roll here is 7. And on a roll of 6, they'll get the pin. Fulton attempts the pin save. And on a roll of 11, that is going to be some successful shenanigans here. We go to the pin saves chart. And on a roll of 11, your tag team partner runs in. And so does the opponent's tag partner. A wild brawl erupts. Roll double disqualification. We ain't doing that. This is a no disqualification match. So we go to the even odd roll to determine who wins the brawl. The Fantastics will get the even roll. And on a roll of 1, Demolition wins the brawl. And Tommy Rogers is down. And Smash is able to take over on level 3 offense. And that was the last pinfall. The last pin save that the Fantastics have available. So they're really going to have to dig deep to survive this match. As Smash whips Tommy Rogers out of the ring and down to the arena floor. And on the arena floor, Tommy Rogers eats a big elbow to the head from Axe. And Axe just shoves Tommy Rogers back into the ring where Smash is awaiting. And now Smash is just going to grab him in a chokehold. Choking him down. Tommy Rogers trying to fight his way out. Rogers with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Demolition Smash. And on a roll of 4, it is Rogers who sets himself too early. And Smash comes off with a big knee blast to the side of the head, followed by an awesome pile driver. Tommy Rogers eats another pile driver. Smash back in control. Again choking him down. Again Rogers trying to fight back weakly. His forearm smashes prove nothing, as Smash overpowers Tommy Rogers and chokes him yet again. And now Rogers is getting fired up, and this time he gets Fulton into the ring, and they do the double monkey flip, and both men go down. Rogers, can he get out and make the tag? Rogers with the monkey flip again. Finally makes the tag to Bobby Fulton. Fulton, the fresh man, coming into the ring. A back body drop, and down goes Smash again. Smash in trouble here. Whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Demolition Smash, and on a roll of 10, coming off the ropes, that is the double clothesline off the ropes. And this time it is Bobby Fulton who gains control. Bobby Fulton in control here. And he is going to go for not letting Smash out of the ring. Smash tried to get out of the ring, and a running knee lift stuns Smash. Fulton follows that up with another whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Demolition Smash, and on a roll of 8, it's a running back elbow by Bobby Fulton. Smash is stunned. Another whip to the ropes. And this time it is another running double clothesline. Both men go down. Fulton again, first to his feet. What's Fulton going to do here? He's going to go for the rocket launcher. This is the +2 finisher. The pin roll here is 5 or lower. And on a roll of 7, Smash is able to kick out. Tommy Rogers now the legal man in the ring. Rogers goes for the press slam Smash. Also a +1 finisher. The pin roll now is 5 or lower. On a roll of 4, we may see a pinfall here. But on a roll of 6, it is Axe who is able to make the save. Oh my goodness gracious. Close call for the champions in that situation. Rogers now in control. Another +1 finisher, the press slam Smash. Working together effectively are the Fantastics. The pin roll now is a 6. And on a roll of 9, Demolition Smash able to kick out. Fulton comes into the ring. Fulton now the legal man. They work together against Demolition Smash with a running double clothesline. Smash down once again. Axe desperate to make the tag to his partner. And now they hit the rocket launcher again. That's 4 finishers in a row that the Fantastics have hit. The pin roll now is 8. And on a roll of 4, we're going to need a pin save here. And on a roll of 7, he's not able to get there. And your winners are the Fantastics. How about that? Bobby Fulton, Tommy Rogers, with a flurry of spectacular aerial maneuvers, get the pinfall over Smash. And we've got new Patriot Tag Team Champions. It is Bobby Fulton with the pinfall over Demolition Smash after the rocket launcher. And we have new Patriot Tag Team Champions. Congratulations indeed to the team of Tommy Rogers and Bobby Fulton. Very popular duo here, and the fans in Boston are loving it as Demolition goes down to defeat. And we have new Patriot Tag Team Champions. All right, after that match, we'll take another drink of Diet Root Beer. Keeping the vocal cords loose. As SDG Replays has joined us here in the chat. Welcome to you, my friend. And thank you so much for tuning in. Just picked up Legends of Wrestling, going to stay streaming matches soon. All right, that sounds great. The annual Summer Legends of Wrestling Convention, known as Galacticon, this year being held in conjunction with the Thez Tragos Hall of Fame celebration in Waterloo, Iowa, on July the 21st, the weekend of July 21st in Waterloo, Iowa. Hope to see a lot of folks coming out for that. Todd Jorshell always runs that convention, does a great job of it. This year we'll get to combine both some tabletop gaming with the Legends of Wrestling and also the Hall of Fame induction ceremony. And of course the Friday night IPW show, the independent wrestling show there in Waterloo, Iowa. One of their big events of the year. Sharp-dressed man blares as they strut around celebrating. Good reason not to go, says Neil. I'm not sure what that comment is intended to convey, but we will move on to our next match. The following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 45-minute time limit, and it is for the Heartland Ladies Championship. And this is this match will be standard rules, so disqualification rules are in effect. Introducing first the challenger. Out of New Orleans, Louisiana, she stands at 5'7" and weighs 144 pounds. She is a 4-time former Heartland Ladies Champion. This is Sherri Martel. Her opponent is your reigning and defending Heartland Ladies Champion out of Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. Standing at 5'8", weighing 140 pounds. This is Nicole Matthews. It was last month, it was April 22nd, when Nicole Matthews surprised, I would not say shocked, but surprised the wrestling world by defeating Sherri Martel to capture the title. And let's go back and revisit the history of that match. That match took place at Dawn of Destiny 2022, or excuse me, Dawn of Destiny 2023, the spring pay-per-view, as Nicole Matthews defeated Sherri Martel on that show to win her first Heartland Ladies Championship. And now these two ladies square off again in the rematch. Disqualification rules in effect, so Sherri Martel will be compelled to behave herself. And as they come together in the center of the ring, the opening initiative role is won by Nicole Matthews. And it is Nicole coming out with an elbow drop. And Sherri gets out of the way of that. As Nicole went for the double leg takedown followed by the elbow drop, Sherri got out of the way of that. And Sherri follows up with a big clothesline that stuns Nicole Matthews. Sherri follows that up with a kick to the ribs. Nicole Matthews is hurt. And Sherri follows that up with another big clothesline. Nicole still hurt. And here is a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Nicole Matthews, and on a roll of 7, it is a running back elbow from Sherri Martel that stuns Nicole. Sherri seeing all the offense here, a forearm smash. Nicole is still staggered. And now Sherri with another forearm smash, and now Nicole Matthews is going to fire back. And it is Nicole with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Sherri Martel, and it is a big kick by Nicole Matthews that stuns Sherri. And Nicole follows that up with a big lariat of her own. And Sherri is stunned. These two ladies trading blows. They're pretty equal in size and strength. And Nicole hits another big fall-away slam this time, dumping Sherri down to the canvas. Nicole back in control. And Nicole now with another big lariat puts Sherri down to the canvas. What's Nicole going to do here? She is going to go for a brain buster. She goes for the cover, but the pin roll is only 1. There will be no pin count here. But Nicole has earned the first fatigue token of the match. And now Nicole is going for the Vancouver maneuver. Her finishing maneuver. This is a modified spinning neck breaker with the leg trap. The pin roll here is 4 or lower. And on a roll of 8, Sherri kicks out. But she is in trouble here quickly, as Nicole has taken control. What's she going to do now? She is going to take things out of the ring and down to the arena floor. Both these ladies A-rated on the arena floor. And on a roll of 3, it is Sherri who takes control, grabbing Nicole and whipping her back first into the steel ring steps. The champion now is hurt. Here's Sherri with a big scoop slam onto the mat. Nicole slow to get to her feet. Sherri moving in, tries for a running knee lift and stuns Nicole. Sherri follows that up with a kick to the ribs. Nicole is staggered. Both these ladies taking it out of each other. A running knee lift by Sherri stuns Nicole. Sherri now with a clothesline. And Nicole is again stunned. Sherri follows that up with a kick to the ribs. And Nicole is staggering back into the corner. She goes down. Spinning toe hold applied by Sherri Martel. Nicole goes to the ropes, and she is going to, again, take a powder outside of the ring. And this time on a roll of 3, it is Nicole Matthews who wins the brawl. She grabs Sherri by the leg and rams Sherri's knee into the steel ring post. Sherri never did get out of the ring as Nicole grabbed her by the leg and slammed that leg into the ring post. Nicole now back in control. Nicole going again for the Vancouver maneuver. The pin roll now is 5 or lower, and on a roll of 8, Sherri again able to kick out, but Sherri once again finding herself in trouble here. Excellent counter wrestling by Nicole. She picks her spots, and now a brain buster hit by Nicole. She goes for the cover again. The pin roll is 4. Sherri again kicks out, but Sherri is now in big trouble. Nicole now with a neck breaker into a DDT, and down goes Sherri hard. Nicole following that up with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Sherri Martel, and on a roll of 6, it is Sherri who's able to get the knee up and stunned Nicole. Sherri follows that up with a forearm smash. Nicole comes right back, and Nicole with a front face lock trying to take Sherri down. They meet together in the center of the ring, and this time it is Sherri with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Nicole Matthews. On a roll of 6, Sherri drops down. Nicole comes off the other way. And this time on a roll of 11, it is a running double clothesline, and both women are down. First to her feet is Sherri. Sherri going for a choke on the top ring rope. That's going to cost Nicole a point of fatigue. As Sherri takes control, and now Sherri is going for a scoop slam, and down to the canvas goes Nicole. Sherri follows that up with a running knee lift. Nicole goes back in and is staggered. Another running knee lift and a cover. The pin roll is a 3, and on a roll of 10, Nicole kicks out. Nicole starting to suffer some damage. Sherri on the comeback trail. Sherri going up for a death jump. And on a roll of 5, it is Nicole who catches Sherri on the top turnbuckle and throws Sherri down to the canvas. Nicole back in control here. Vancouver maneuver executed again. The pin roll now is 7 or lower. And on a roll of 9, Sherri again able to kick out. This is an outstanding women's match. Back and forth we go. Nicole once again in control. She hits the Vancouver maneuver yet again. The pin roll now is 8 or lower. And on a roll of 9, Sherri just able to get her foot over the bottom rope to interrupt the pinfall. Nicole Matthews has got all the momentum in her favor now. And we go out of the ring once again. Out to the arena floor we go. They're duking it out on the arena floor. Nicole wins the brawl, grabbing Sherri Martel and just ramming her back first into the side of the ring apron. And now Nicole with another neckbreaker DDT combo in the ring. The pinfall is 7 or lower. And on a roll of 9, Sherri again kicks out. Great resilience being shown here by Sherri Martel. Nicole follows up with another brain buster. Sherri trying to finally stagger to her feet. Whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Sherri. And it is Nicole charging in and missing a smash into the corner. And it is Nicole tumbling out of the ring. Down to the arena floor we go once again. Only this time it is Nicole again who wins the brawl on the arena floor, attacking the injured knee of Sherri and driving that injured knee into the steel ring steps. Nicole back in control. It's Nicole who is going to go for a lion tamer. This is a choice G maneuver. That will be either a death jump roll or a power roll of 6 or lower. She'll try for the 6 or lower. And on a roll of 6, she got her over into the lion tamer. And Sherri goes down and stays down. What's Nicole going to do now? She goes for the lion tamer yet again. And again, she is able to get Sherri rolled over. And now we're going to go for a submission on a roll of 8 or lower. And on a roll of 11, Sherri crawls her way to the bottom rope. Will Sherri refuse to die? She will not. What's Nicole going to do here? Another neckbreaker DDT combo. Sherri is hurt. Nicole follows that up with a big lariat. Sherri is still hurt. Nicole now with a German suplex. Sherri is hurt. Nicole now with a German suplex again. Sherri finally staggers her way up to her feet. And Nicole is just going to choke her down on the ropes. The referee puts on the count. 1, 2, 3, and on a count of 4, Nicole breaks the chokehold. But she's in control here. Another big lariat puts Sherri down to the canvas. Sherri has taken 8 tokens of fatigue. She keeps coming back. And now the lion tamer once again. And once again rolling her over into that painful submission hold. And Sherri barely able to get to the ropes. Nicole follows that up with a fall-away slam down to the canvas hard. Nicole goes for the cover. The pin roll now is 9 or lower, and on a roll of 12, Sherri kicks out again. Oh my goodness, Sherri is down to 9 tokens of fatigue. And of course, 10 fatigue tokens makes it a knockout. So this is all but all but over with here as Nicole is in control. Nicole with the Vancouver maneuver. The pin roll now is 12, and she got her. But after a very long struggle, Nicole Matthews finally put Sherri Martel down for the count. Sherri took everything in Nicole's arsenal, and Nicole finally wins it with a fall away slant with the Vancouver maneuver. So congratulations to Nicole Matthews. Sherri did everything she could do to stay competitive in that match, but Nicole was relentless, and she has successfully defended the Heartland Ladies Championship against a very, very game foe indeed in the former champion Sherri Martel. All right, wow, that match deserves a drink of some Diet Root Beer here. Happy Memorial Day to everyone, by the way. Pleasure to have folks on board here during the holiday weekend as we recognize the sacrifices of all of the brave men and women who have given the ultimate sacrifice in defense of this country. So if you have family members who died in the line of duty, we salute you, and we wish you a happy Memorial Day indeed. Also celebrated my 34th wedding anniversary yesterday to my wonderful wife Sharon, who is working tonight. So I'm down here on the channel broadcasting some wrestling. Sharon is saving lives, and I am here entertaining folks from the Dave Cave. Went out to a nice Japanese steakhouse yesterday and enjoyed a good meal and some good entertainment, and got to celebrate 34 years of wedded bliss. All right. It is now time for our first World Championship match of the evening. This is for the NWA World Tag Team Championship. The following match is scheduled for one fall with no disqualification. And this is for the NWA World Tag Team Championship. Introducing first the challengers. Standing at 5'11", weighing in at 252 pounds from Boston, Massachusetts. This is Kevin Sullivan and his tag team partner from Truth or Consequences, New Mexico. He stands at 6'2" and weighs 287 pounds. This is Cactus Jack. So Cactus Jack and Kevin Sullivan, controversial team. They have had brawls with the New Age Outlaws. They have had brawls with the reigning and defending tag team champions here tonight. But tonight they will be without the services of their ringside companion, Christina Von Eerie, as she was taken out earlier in the night in that Falls Count Anywhere match by her former partner, MSCHIF. But now it is time to introduce your reigning and defending NWA World Tag Team Champions. First, he stands at 6'1", weighs 261 pounds, out of Reno, Nevada. This is Dick the Bruiser. And his tag team partner, the man who made Milwaukee famous. 5'11", 265 pounds, from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, the Crusher. All right, Bruiser and Crusher, very popular tag team champions indeed. Facing off against two of the most hated men in the Heartland in Kevin Sullivan and Cactus Jack. Tag Team Championships, World Tag Team Championship on the line. No disqualification, and I think that's the way both these teams like it. As we are set for action here. Starting things off, it will be the Crusher and Kevin Sullivan. And the opening initiative roll again is tied, which means we go back to the Face to the Mat booklet. This time it is Sullivan who rolls the book, and on a roll of 36 is the wrestler Mean. Yes, he is Mean. Wrestler stuns opponent with a ghastly head drop for 3 points. So Kevin Sullivan with a pre-match attack on Crusher, dumping Crusher on his head, and Sullivan will start off at the advantage. And he is immediately going to nail the Crusher with a foreign object. How about that? Kevin Sullivan starting things right off with that golden spike to the head of the Crusher. The Crusher takes a point of fatigue and he goes down. Sullivan goes right to the double foot stomp. That's a +2 finisher. The pin roll here is 5 or lower. And on a roll of 6, Crusher is able to kick out. But Crusher is already bleeding as Kevin Sullivan has opened him up with that foreign object. Here comes Cactus Jack. We're going to see a double team here. And it is a double team as Kevin Sullivan again puts the spike out there. And Cactus Jack just dropped the elbow onto the spike, and Crusher has been busted wide open. And he is already bleeding all over Boston. As Sullivan and Cactus Jack work their devious magic. Dick the Bruiser at ringside, waiting for his opportunity to get into the match. And now it is a methodical corner beatdown administered by Cactus Jack. And Cactus Jack is now going to attempt a death jump. He is just crazy enough to try a death jump here. And on a roll of 7, he nails the Crusher with a flying clothesline off of the top turnbuckle. And the Crusher is once again down. And he is in trouble here, as Cactus Jack is going to go up for yet another death jump. And on a roll of 6, this time it is the Crusher who caught him. Crusher caught him coming off the ropes and slams him down to the canvas. And Cactus Jack is down. Crusher pitches Cactus Jack out of the ring, and out we go for party time on the arena floor. And on a roll of 8, it is the Crusher with a big elbow smash to the head of Cactus Jack, and then he rams the head of Cactus Jack into the steel ring steps. And the Crusher with that is going to be able to tag out Dick the Bruiser. The Crusher still bleeding profusely from his forehead as Dick the Bruiser comes in, legal man in the ring. And it is Dick who is going to take the fight right back out to the arena floor. Shenanigans table in effect. Ringside mayhem, and on a roll of 10, it is going to be outside interference. Who's going to bring the outside help? It's going to be Cactus Jack and Kevin Sullivan. And again, it is CHRISTINA von EERIE who has come running out of the dressing room. She is all bandaged up, but she is going to make her presence felt here. And on a roll of 7, CHRISTINA von EERIE is biting Dick the Bruiser from behind at ringside. Dick the Bruiser just shoves her away and comes right back after Cactus Jack on the arena floor. As the two men slug it out, Dick the Bruiser hits Cactus Jack with a big bolo forearm, and they roll back into the ring. Dick the Bruiser now going for the top rope knee drop. This is a +2 finisher. So the pin roll is 4 or lower, and on a roll of 9, Cactus Jack able to kick out after the top rope knee drop. Dick the Bruiser still in control here. He's going to go for a big pile driver. He's going to go for another pin attempt. The pin roll here is 3, and on a roll of 12, Cactus Jack kicks out with authority. Dick the Bruiser still in charge. Crusher wants back in. We're going to see a double team here. But oh, on a roll of 11, that's not good for the champions. As Cactus Jack ducks out of the way of an attempted running forearm smash, and Dick the Bruiser and the Crusher knock heads. Cactus Jack going to take advantage here. After the botched double team, it is Cactus Jack with a stump pile driver on Dick the Bruiser, and Dick the Bruiser is hurt. Tag to Kevin Sullivan. In comes Sullivan. And Sullivan is going to go with a jumping knee smash to the side of the head of Dick the Bruiser. Dick the Bruiser unable to make the tag. Kevin Sullivan follows that up with a running forearm. Dick the Bruiser is staggered. Sullivan, what's he going to do? He's going to go with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Dick the Bruiser. And on a roll of 8, it is a running back elbow from Kevin Sullivan that stuns Dick the Bruiser. Sullivan, another whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Dick the Bruiser, this time on a roll of 9. That is the running double clothesline roll. And both men go down. Sullivan is the man with the better ropes rating, so he will get control on level 3 offense. And he has got Dick the Bruiser tied up in the Tree of Woe, and he's going to stomp a mud hole in him. Referee finally gets Dick the Bruiser rescued from the Tree of Woe. Sullivan remains on the attack, another running forearm. Sullivan goes for the cover. The pin roll is a 2, and on a roll of 6, Dick the Bruiser is able to kick out, but Sullivan is taking control. And Sullivan now is going to follow that up with a death jump. Up to the top rope goes Kevin Sullivan, and on a roll of 8, it is Sullivan launching a big double axe handle blow off the top turnbuckle that stuns Dick the Bruiser again. Here comes Cactus Jack. It's time for a double team. And on a roll of 6, it is a bone-crunching double clothesline executed by Jack and Sullivan. And Dick the Bruiser is down. Cactus Jack now goes with a cactus clothesline, taking both men over and out and down to the arena floor. That crazy move adds 1 to both wrestlers. Sullivan shoves Dick the Bruiser back into the ring. Cactus Jack, feet on the ropes, tries for the cover. The pin roll is 4 or lower, and on a roll of 6, Dick the Bruiser is able to kick out. But now Bruiser's finding himself in trouble. Cactus Jack in control, and another big double clothesline sends both men tumbling out to the arena floor yet again. Again, Sullivan there for the assist. Another cover as Bruiser's back into the ring. The pin roll now is 6 or lower, and on a roll of 7, Dick the Bruiser gets out of it. Here comes Sullivan, another double team attempt coming up, but on a roll of 10, it is Bruiser almost got out of the way of that. Sullivan didn't get all of it. Dick the Bruiser is stunned, and Sullivan takes control on level 2 offense. Sullivan now with a jumping knee smash that stuns Dick the Bruiser, the side of the head. Sullivan follows that up with another whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Dick the Bruiser, and on a roll of 8, it is a big shoulder tackle. Both men collide in the center of the ring. Dick the Bruiser, the more powerful of the 2 men, gains control. And Dick the Bruiser now with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Kevin Sullivan. And on a roll of 9, it is a big kick by Dick the Bruiser that stuns Sullivan. Bruiser finally able to get out and make the tag. In comes the Crusher. Crusher comes in with a stomp to the body, and Sullivan goes down. Crusher is going to try a ram to the ring post. He needs a roll of 8 or lower to connect on that. And on a roll of 6, he got him. And Sullivan goes down once again. Crusher in control. Crusher with a Crusher Bolo. That's a +1 finisher. The pin roll is 4 or lower. And on a roll of 5, Sullivan able to get that foot over the bottom rope. Sullivan and the Crusher now duking it out. Crusher Nelson applied. The full Nelson by the Crusher. Submission roll of 4 or lower. And on a roll of 10, Sullivan is able to work his way out of that hold, and the match will continue. And now we go out of the ring yet again. Sullivan thrown out of the ring by the Crusher and down to the arena floor. And on a roll of 11, it is Crusher coming out with a steel chair and whacking Kevin Sullivan. There's no disqualification here. Crusher can whack Sullivan with that steel chair as often as he wants to. Back into the ring. The stomach claw applied by Crusher. Sullivan fighting his way out of the stomach claw. As Crusher now goes with a big elbow drop. And Sullivan rolls out of the ring yet again. This time on a roll of 5. That is the odd even roll with no disqualification. And on a roll of 1, it is the Crusher again who wins the brawl. Crusher now goes back to the Crusher Nelson. The submission hold is 5 or lower. And on a roll of 10, Sullivan again is able to kick out, or to escape from the effects of that full Nelson. All 4 men are worn out and bloodied and bruised now. as the Crusher goes for that ram to the ring post yet again on a roll of 8 or lower. He connects on that, and Sullivan is staggered. Here's a big bear hug now by Crusher. Sullivan bites the forehead of the Crusher in an attempt to escape that, and the blood continues to flow. Sullivan is down. Crusher with a big knee drop nails Sullivan, and Sullivan is able to get out and make the tag to Cactus Jack. All this, and neither side has used a pin save yet, so this is going to go on for a while. This is a really intense tag team match. Sullivan coming in and just rakes the eyes of the Crusher and digs his fingers into that open wound. The Crusher bleeding now profusely as Cactus Jack comes back with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes the Crusher, and he is nailed by a running clothesline by Cactus Jack that turns the Crusher inside out. Crusher is down. Cactus Jack is in control. Double arm DDT. He's going to go for the pin here. The pin roll is 7 or lower. And on a roll of 8, Crusher is able to kick out yet again. We are seeing some incredible performances tonight here. Cactus Jack follows that up with a whip out of the ring. And he is now going to somersault onto the arena floor. He can do that once per match. That is an add 1 maneuver. So Crusher takes another point of fatigue, and both men in big trouble here for the champions. And now the Cactus clothesline. Both men go down and stay down. Crusher just barely able to crawl back into the ring where Cactus Jack is waiting. And Cactus Jack hits him with a diving elbow smash. And Crusher is hurt. Tag to Sullivan. Sullivan comes at him with a stomp to the head. The Crusher is hurt. Sullivan keeps on him with a jumping knee smash. Crusher trying to fire back, attempting a punch to the throat. Sullivan dodges the punch to the throat, and it is Sullivan who comes back with a running forearm that stuns the Crusher. Sullivan follows that up with another running forearm. Crusher will not be taken down off his feet. Sullivan now jumping knee smash. Crusher still holds his ground. Sullivan with a stomp to the head. Can Crusher get over and make the tag? No, he cannot. Here comes Cactus Jack, double team move. And on a roll of 10, it is a misfire and a collision as Sullivan and Cactus Jack collide. That gives Crusher the opening, and Crusher is just going to go for the whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Sullivan, and on a roll of 7, Crusher hits him with the back elbow. Crusher now with Sullivan in a chokehold. No reason for the referee to put on the count as he continues to choke away on Sullivan. Whip to the ropes yet again, and another back elbow by the Crusher. Sullivan is stunned. Tag to Dick the Bruiser. Dick the Bruiser comes with a big body slam. Sullivan slow to get to his feet. Crusher, snap bear and a head twist. Just twisting the head of Kevin Sullivan, trying to do damage to that neck. Sullivan not able to make the tag. Crusher waiting on the ring apron as Dick the Bruiser rakes his boot across the eyes of Kevin Sullivan. And Sullivan now busted open. Sullivan fires back. Sullivan kick to the head of Dick the Bruiser. Bruiser staggers back. Sullivan with a clubbing forearm. Dick the Bruiser reaches over and makes the tag to the Crusher. In comes the Crusher. This match is a marathon. Crusher tries the throat punch. Sullivan blocks it. Sullivan with a kick to the head. Crusher is hurt. Another kick to the head. Crusher fires back. Crusher with a knee drop onto Sullivan. And Sullivan is down. Crusher with a Crusher Bolo. That's a +1 finisher. The pin roll here is 7 or lower. On a roll of 6, we're going to have a pinfall unless Cactus Jack can make the save. And on a roll of 6, Cactus Jack is able to make the save. How about that? A near fall for Kevin Sullivan after the Crusher Bolo. Crusher with the momentum coming in to finish. Stomach claw applied. Sullivan staggers over to the bottom rope, gets his foot under the bottom rope. Atomic drop by Crusher puts Sullivan back down onto the canvas. Out of the ring we go yet again. They brawl on the arena floor. Crusher comes away victorious. They're going to keep it on the arena floor as they brawl away. And now it is going to be a tables chart. What's going to happen on the tables chart? First table we've seen in the match, and the table is set up on the arena floor. We've got a table on the arena floor set up. And it is Kevin Sullivan who wins the gut check roll and power bombs the Crusher through the arena, through the table on the arena floor. Crusher is down, and he is bleeding again. Back into the ring. Sullivan is going to go up for a death jump. Actually, he's going to go for a Boston Crab. Let's see. Choice H is either death jump or agility. Yeah, we'll go for the agility. He'll be able to score the Boston Crab on a roll of 10 or lower. He's got the Boston Crab applied. And Crusher is down. Crusher in big trouble here. And now it is the Tree of Woe. And more stomping onto the bleeding forehead of the Crusher. And now Sullivan takes it out of the ring yet again. They're going to mix it up on the arena floor. And on the even roll, it is Sullivan who wins the brawl. Excuse me, no, Crusher wins the brawl on the even roll. And Crusher goes back to the stomach claw. Crusher tags in Dick the Bruiser. Dick the Bruiser coming back in. Snapmare and a head twist. Sullivan gets to his knees. Whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Kevin Sullivan, but on a roll of 3, it is Dick the Bruiser who hits the ring post hard and goes down to the arena floor. Out of the ring we go yet again. They're brawling on the arena floor. And this time it is Sullivan who wins the brawl on the arena floor. Back into the ring, the foreign object again comes into play. And again, Dick the Bruiser is busted open. As Sullivan continues his work with that nasty foreign object. Whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes the Crusher. And on a roll of 10, Sullivan just nailed Dick the Bruiser right between the eyes with a big elbow. Dick the Bruiser goes down. Tree of Woe again, stomping away in the corner. Kevin Sullivan folds him up for the pin attempt. The pin roll is 8 or lower. And on a roll of 9, Dick the Bruiser is able to kick out. We have seen more near-miss kickouts tonight than I can remember in a long time. And now the foreign object again delivered to the head of Dick the Bruiser. And Dick the Bruiser is bleeding all over Boston. Both men are bleeding all over Boston. Whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Dick the Bruiser. And on a roll of 6, it's a running back elbow from Sullivan that stuns Dick the Bruiser. Stomp to the head. Bruiser fires back with a chokehold. Bruiser's got Kevin Sullivan in a chokehold. Bruiser follows that up with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Kevin Sullivan. And on a roll of 6, he grabs the arm of Dick the Bruiser, sending Dick the Bruiser into the turnbuckle. And now it's Bruiser with a knee to the head of Sullivan as Sullivan came in. Dick the Bruiser now with a knee smash. Kevin Sullivan goes down. Dick the Bruiser with the stomach claw. In this case, it's an add 1, and Kevin Sullivan is weakening. This is a marathon tag match, and without a doubt, a match of the year candidate. As Dick the Bruiser shoves Kevin Sullivan out of the ring. And Sullivan this time grabs Dick the Bruiser by the back of the neck and slams Dick the Bruiser face down onto the ring apron. And as we all know, the ring apron is the hardest part of the ring. Sullivan now going for the Boston Crab. He's got him over. Dick the Bruiser struggling to make a tag, cannot get there. And Sullivan now goes for the double foot stomp. It's a +2 finisher. We're going to have to see a pin save here, or else there will be a pin. And Crusher is not able to get it done. And Kevin Sullivan has pinned Dick the Bruiser after a marathon match. It is Dick the Bruiser who is pinned by Kevin Sullivan after the double foot stomp. And we have new NWA World Tag Team Champions. That was one of the most brutal slugfests I have ever seen, and without a doubt a match of the year candidate, as Dick the Bruiser, the Crusher, Kevin Sullivan, and Cactus Jack beat each other all over Boston. 25 total points of fatigue, says our statistician at ringside, Cleveland baseball fan 879. Before Kevin Sullivan finally manages to get the pinfall by way of the double foot stomp. And new NWA World Tag Team Champions have been crowned. All right, congratulations to Kevin Sullivan and Cactus Jack for the first time NWA World Tag Team Champions. All right. What a match that was. As Kevin Sullivan and Cactus Jack, 25 total points of fatigue in that match. So if we were in the Federation of Grant Pachoco, the solo promoter, that would be a 12.5-star match. And indeed, that was a banger. So congratulations to your new NWA World Tag Team Champions. I am just about out of breath and out of steam, but we've got a World Heavyweight Championship match coming up. Ladies and gentlemen, your following contest is the main event of the evening, scheduled for one fall, with a 60-minute time limit. This is for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. Introducing first, the challenger from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. He stands at 6'2", weighs in at 237 pounds. He is the Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle. So Kurt Angle here. Imagine what Excalibur, Shivani, and Taz have to go through tonight for Double or Nothing. Yeah, that's right. That is this evening. Big wrestling weekend. We had the Saudi Arabia show and some really compelling storylines that played themselves out last night in WWE. And tonight we have AEW. Kurt Angle. Actually, Kurt Angle is coming to Madison, Wisconsin for an appearance in a minor league baseball game in July the 20th. Kurt Angle coming to Madison, Wisconsin. I am going to take this card and get his autograph with pride. But tonight he is challenging for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship against the reigning and defending World Heavyweight Champion from Charlotte, North Carolina. He stands at 6'1". He weighs 243 pounds. He is accompanied to the ring by Bobby the Brain Heenan. Ladies and gentlemen, your reigning and defending NWA World Heavyweight Champion, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. All right, Ric Flair coming down to ringside, accompanied by Bobby the Brain Heenan. And Heenan's family champions advantage rules in effect. Subtract 1 from the pin rating. Add 1 to the disqualification rating. Heenan's distractor rating becomes a 9. All right, so Bobby Heenan, a very dangerous man indeed at ringside. Woo! Says Tim from ringside, as the Nature Boy makes his way down the aisle. I like both these guys. And of course, I try to call all my matches right down the center. And if I don't like a guy, I just won't use him. So there's that. Ric Flair wins the initiative role as the men come together in the center of the ring, and it is Flair with a reverse atomic drop attempt on Kurt Angle. That is a choice F maneuver, so he is going to need a roll of 5 or lower to execute that. Kurt Angle with -2 on both agility and power. And on a roll of 10, Kurt Angle successfully able to reverse that attempt at the atomic drop. And it is Angle with a snap suplex that takes Flair down to the canvas. Angle follows that Follows that up right away with a German suplex, and down hard to the mat goes Ric Flair. And Ric Flair already absorbing a point of fatigue as he staggers to his feet, holding his lower back after that very well executed German suplex by Kurt Angle. Angle now follows that up with a moonsault. That's a choice E maneuver, so he will need a roll of 7 or lower to complete that. And on a roll of 7, he nailed him. And Ric Flair is immediately going to leave the ring. Out to the arena floor goes the Nature Boy. And on a roll of 5, it is the Nature Boy who pulls Angle out to the arena floor. And this will be that double disqualification roll. Disqualifications are in effect here. Flair will not be disqualified. Angle will not be disqualified. So we go to the odd even roll with Flair holding the even in this situation. And on a roll of 4, it is Flair who wins the brawl on the arena floor. And Flair goes right to the figure 4 leg lock as we come back into the ring. The submission roll is 2. He'll not get him. But by virtue of applying the figure 4 gets 1 point more dangerous. So next time we do it, it'll be a +1 maneuver. Kurt Angle has that same mechanic for his ankle lock. So the figure 4 versus the ankle lock here in Boston. As Angle takes his first point of fatigue of the match. What's he going to do now? Flair goes right back to the figure 4 again. The pin roll now is 4 or lower. And on a roll of 12, Angle is able to get free, but again, takes more damage to the knee. And Flair maintains control. Flair now goes for the pin using the ropes. The pin roll here is 4. And on a roll of 4, he got him. Just like that, Nature Boy Ric Flair, the dirtiest player in the game, using the ropes to pin Kurt Angle and successfully defend his NWA World Heavyweight Championship. We have seen that many times before, as Flair will weaken an opponent with the figure 4, and the opponent gets so focused against defending the figure 4 that Flair will roll him up and use those ropes to his advantage to catch the pinfall, just as he did here tonight in our main event. Boy, oh boy, after everything we went through in the tag match, the main event is over with in a matter of minutes. And Ric Flair has successfully defended the NWA World Heavyweight Championship here in Boston, as Kurt Angle will go on his way disappointed. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes tonight's broadcast here from the Dave Cave of the pay-per-view broadcast of Heartland Havoc 115, Roll the Bones. We would like to thank Rush for providing the theme song for tonight's pay-per-view. And we would like to thank everybody who came into the chat room. Cleveland Baseball Fan 879. Mark Ferguson. Neil Lau. D. Scott Howard made his appearance here. SDG Replays. Kent Blaylock, thank you for coming. Captain Carl 8, thank you for joining us here at ringside. So thank you to everybody who checked things out tonight. And in the words of our JL Network, please leave a like at the as you make your way out through the turnstile. And subscribe if you've not done so. Yada, yada, yada. Love RJL. Looking forward to hearing him back on the airwaves in a few weeks with another season of RJL Network Baseball. But from the Dave Cave, this is Dave Little signing off. On behalf of the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network, we thank you all for tuning in. That's our stream, and I am out of here.